Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Utze. Today with Taiwan's Carcassonne Online Championship final between Alvis1112 and HotlyHotly. These two over here currently rated not well, with a big difference on the ELO rating of BGA, both around 600. But as you can see in the background, this is Alvis development in the last months. Took a pretty big steps towards the 600 threshold. And I guess with a win today would break that barrier. Overall, I'm not really familiar with them except for streaming a few games of them earlier in the tournament. I'm not 100% convinced they have the chops to reach the master level. There were quite a few issues there, but overall, definitely a good player. HotlyHotly on the other side of the table is a master and usually plays like a master. Given the thousands of games of experience, I'd favor HotlyHotly to win this match today for sure. So let's check if they have already started, and they haven't. Well, then let me set up my things here. Yeah, as always, if you have something to say about this stream, the game, I don't know, Carcassonne in general, feel free to chime in the chat. Or let me know if you watch this later on in the comments. Contact me on BGA, Discord, whatever works for you. So let's check again. And here we go. Game has started. Opening move to be played right now. Alvis on the home side in this game, playing with the yellow meeples, at least on here. I don't really know which colors they prefer, and frankly, I don't care. So HotlyHotly directly thwarting yellow's hopes to start with an 8-point city, and now gunning to further complicate the city building by blue, but they are able to defend the blocking approach by blue from the bottom and turn the tables on blue, likely hoping to block or kill this square. Right now, that's not a big problem for blue because more or less everything you need is still in the deck, and especially if you get one directly and yellow doesn't use the curve like they should have to block this here to need a starting tile. If you give your opponents free rein and don't try to block them well, then it'll be harder than it needs to be to win. So, and move like this, which is definitely okay, but the upside of blocking this city is higher than the upside of closing this loop ASAP. Is exactly a move, excuse me, like I had in mind when I said I'm not 100% convinced that Alvis has the chops to reach the master level. But as a newcomer with, I don't know, what was it, 100 and something games under their belt, their level is pretty good as is. And let's say Sky might be the limit. Just need a master to learn from, and there are enough. Well, I don't know, but there are several Taiwanese masters who could fill that role for Alvis, I guess. Yeah, this attack works. Could have also tried to block this into the city, but as you see, wouldn't have worked. Not a fan of this one here. Yeah, you gain the 1 point difference, but this farmer isn't really strong right now. Could still be blocked. Although, with this loop and blue's farmer already on the field, might work out in the end, especially now that blue tries to block over here. Well, in this case, I might have even preferred the indirect protection to prevent blue from using a cow over here, for example. And if things get worse, even 2 cows. Okay, well, if blue puts the monastery there, then this farmer will connect sooner or later to the main field. Yellow at least thwarted this possible city connection by HotlyHotly. But for now, the blue player here has gained the upper hand. Already 12 points on the scoreboard. Did I change the colors now? Sorry. So back to the original yellow Alvis, blue HotlyHotly. What did I say? 12 points on the scoreboard, or virtual scoreboard, I should say. Because something like this sure looks nice for blue right now, but it's not closed. So still chances for yellow to take this city away from blue, and that would definitely be great for them. Blue doesn't mind connecting yellow's farmer to the main farm. They just want to finalize this monastery ASAP, and if they get, let's say, another vanilla, they for sure will add a second farmer of their own and hope to connect to the main field then, which would then be at 9 points. Blue also got the second diagonal splitter, so there is no magic piece for yellow to split blue's meeple there. But they could still try to add a second one of their own to the city. Here we go. My shiny crystal ball works fine today. And there's Alvis with a cow. Yeah, why not? Try to harass this square, block it to a dagger, maybe be able to kill it. And because of this danger, blue uses the cow here, limits the square to a curve, but there are still 4 curves in the deck. This looks risky because of the square, but well, currently it isn't. There are 3 each of straights, starting tiles, and crossroads left in the deck, so really any block from here would only have a measly chance to be successful. This, though, could become problematic because yellow needs to wait to draw a curve on the remaining road monastery before they could start continuing over here. They'll wait on this square anyway, not on this, they'll wait on the completion of this road anyway before doing anything over here, I guess, unless the makeup of the deck changes significantly. For now, the difference still is, well, not at 12, but at 9 points because yellow connected to the main field. This is a bit iffy because it exactly allows moves like this, threatening to kill 2 squares, and also you need the same pieces in 2 places. That's usually not ideal. So let's see if HotlyHotly follows through and kills the monastery now. But yeah, I don't know. I might have just opted to take the 4 points. Sorry, there's a little bug over here, which is quite annoying. Using the starting tile here when you still need to connect there and could be limited like this. Also not a big fan. It's not really that necessary, but sure, you'd rather use a road piece only there. In a perfect world, you'd get a crossroad to take these 2 points as well. But, well, you need a straight there. Now you need a straight here. You only have the 1 meeple in hand. One is already blocked. Blue takes a secondary field, which will grow to 9 points upon completion of your road. So overall, then there's the 15-point lead by blue. Will be tough for yellow to eke out a win here, and I wouldn't bet a cent on their chances as of now. Yeah, nice move by blue, just dumping these caps onto their field, hoping to draw 2 more caps later on to snatch 2 7-pointers, and if successful, that's definitely the game. Yeah, blue connects. Hi Mira, please don't get me started on Carcassonne expansions. Most of them I'd consider colored firewood. Or resources for better games, maybe. So Alvis takes a few points, but right now he's at -19. HotlyHotly even threatens to close another city, and sure, he'll attack. Or they'll attack, because I actually don't know Alvis' real name. Yeah. HotlyHotly blocks this. There's only the quadruple city left to connect, and even if Alvis were to get that one and use it for the connection, that'd still be these two options to counter that move by attacking the united city again. Yeah, and if the going is fine, then you even get the last remaining monastery for 6 points plus a field connection for the supermajority on this field. Alvis finally closes the road, but that's just too little and it's definitely too late. Oh, snap! Terrible mistake by HotlyHotly. There was this here. There are still 2 other caps and another. Have I missed that this one, oh, come on, was discarded? This move is the must-play move, or was the must-play move instead of this one, and HotlyHotly actually should have used the curve to defend over here to block this, kill this square, and not allow Alvis any chances of connecting with 2 meeples at once over there and running over this city. They are at plus 24, so let's deduct these 7 points. That's plus 17. Alvis adds their cap over here with a meeple and then runs away with 24 points city and would win this game. So I don't know, man. That was played quite quickly, and I guess they didn't realize the danger this configuration up top poses. Or I somehow missed the discard and my discard tool wouldn't work, which I think is not the case. Actually fairly reliable. And now we'll see the block here because I was forced them to execute it. Yeah. What do you think what should happen or will very likely happen if there are still 3 crossroads out there and you hope to connect here? By the way, public service announcement for yellow, blue could connect on the left side as well. So even this farmer here doesn't really help you. In addition, you need this one straight over here. So your only chance was to draw a crossroad or even better, the starting tile before blue would get a crossroad. If I sound a bit cranky, folks, I'm sorry, but some moves really irk me. Especially if a move like this curve is played by a player who definitely knows better than to do stuff like that when, I mean, the game was more or less won for Hotly. The only thing necessary was to kill this option on the top left. And then just to protect your lead. Not let yellow overrun the 15-point field on the left side, for example. Which they could have tried over here maybe. And if they had gotten nice pieces to maybe close this cap and attack here, could have worked. Yeah. Why does it ping now? It should ping when Mira had written in a chat. You're welcome. And it's pretty lovely to read the thanks in the chat. So in the end, 30 points. A shame. I would have loved to see the city attack up top by yellow. I would have loved them being successful with it. In this permutation, it wouldn't have worked. But although it might have, they did get the Dorito before they got the quadruple city tile. I wanted to say I would have loved HotlyHotly suddenly realizing their crucial mistake here. But alas, this wasn't the case. So it was a rather lopsided score in the end. Let's hope Alvis can keep better control of the second game. Yeah, hi Sergey. Yellow doesn't like content moves. Yeah, blue did, definitely. This here was one, but I'm sure it was unintentional. About content moves, the one over here up top, the field attack by yellow, one could this sort into the box of content moves. So I don't know. Hi, Rika. Damn it. Sorry, folks, but this bug is pretty annoying. It's tiny, but annoying as hell. Yeah, Alvis got the marketplace, but the caps, so the starting tile and the dagger, which would have been the ideal attacking pieces after the marketplace. So it would have been necessary for them to use the road Dorito, and this was limited to a road from the right side, so the dagger wouldn't have helped, and then they would have needed to get the starting tile without HotlyHotly being able to block it before that. I think I got it. Just a moment. Okay, I hope it's safely escorted to the outside. We'll see about that. So it was unlikely to work with the road Dorito, but it may have, and it would have been great. So what's up here? HotlyHotly already with 8 points. Where did these 8 points come from? Well, a city and 2 2-point roads. And Alvis with 5 points. Yeah, I don't really know who scored which of these 2-point roads, but doesn't matter. One of Blue's cities is already killed. Alvis even invested a shielded Dorito to execute that kill. Good on them. Now it would be nice, exactly like that, to try and kill another one and limit this ruin from expanding to the right side. Yeah, this works fine now. Just attack the city, then maybe drop a curve later on. And I'd consider this one here a winning configuration for yellow. Because if you are able to hold the meeple at a 6, maybe 7 points in the end, that's definitely totally okay. And they continue with their aggressive ways. So blue needs 2 daggers, but different ones. Damn it. Sorry for the bias, but I would have hoped it would take them a bit longer to get the dagger. Well, let's see if the left-handed daggers or the left-handed dagger singular, which they need for this square, will take a bit longer to appear, or if this might even get killed by yellow before there's any chance for blue to draw the dagger. And it doesn't. Apropos killed, the bug is still there, so I didn't get it. Yep, that's okay. Just hope that blue doesn't get a road piece to protect here. And maybe just draw the 3 daggers yourself. So the first one did manage their way into yellow's hands. And overall, the -19 temporary score, now 21, isn't that big of a problem for yellow, because what we see here is a big field in the making. And if the daggers only take enough time to appear or don't appear for blue at all, then yellow is definitely the favorite to take this field home in the end. And there are still enough options to grow this. There's another dagger, right-handed one this time. I mean, HotlyHotly even has to dump juicy shielded extenders because of the meeple shortage. So that's definitely, I mean, even this is just a small, a mini win for yellow. This here is annoying because there are still options for blue to continue upwards. So let's see what yellow should do. Maybe just take this city here. There are still these 2 daggers, which you hope to draw anyway. So if blue limits this from the right side, really doesn't matter that much. And if you're able to connect this, there are still Doritos out there. Only 2 field Doritos played so far. Why not? At least threaten a bigger city. You have to score some points somehow. Else maybe... Nah, this field, I don't know. Yeah. It's okay-ish, but I don't know. But I know I wouldn't have played this one with only 1 starting tile in the deck. Sure, you control yellow city. That's fine and dandy, but it's so easy to be blocked to a 50-50. I guess blue will protect. Yeah. And what does yellow do? Score 2 points. Scoring 2 points it is, creating a blocking platform against blue's a farm invasion try, but blue gets a curve. Perfect timing for them. Yellow continues with the aggressive meeple harassment and forces blue maybe to limit the square to a Dorito. I'd say yes, with still 2 Doritos out there and 2 daggers. If you get either one, you would snatch this city. And if you get one of each, well, then it's even completed. And you could also take this 5-point road. But it's tricky because blue would need to get the dagger before the Dorito to score the max because of their meeple shortage. Yellow is very unlikely to help them by connecting over here and closing the city. Here we go. The second left-handed dagger in yellow's hands. Only one remaining for this square. Meanwhile, blue limited this square to the right-handed dagger, so I don't know if that's critical. I'd say, yeah, it might be. Nope. Take this one. No. Come on. Yeah, exactly. Because of this possibility, and there were a lot of city plus field tiles out there, and there are also road plus field tiles to block this here. For example, like this. Then what is this? A 3-point farmer. Congratulations. Whereas you just you could have taken these 4 points, leave this where it is, hope to get a perfect continuation like an extender. One of the splitters, doesn't even matter really which one. And you would still have the meeple in hand. Sure, if you take over the field, that's nice, but not sure this rather risky approach of field attack was necessary. Blue had only the 1 meeple in hand, so I guess they were unlikely to use this platform immediately, so you just you could have waited for a better piece to attack over here and here, which then would have been rather hard to be blocked on the corresponding spaces. So this here is limited to the right-handed dagger. Left-handed daggers are all gone. And blue found a nice way to attack the field with still a whopping 5 straights out there. Yellow takes 4 points. That their city could be destroyed or could have been destroyed by blue doesn't faze them. With this encounter here, there are only 3 pieces left to connect. The remaining Road Dorito doesn't work anymore, but blue sacrificed 1 move and this 4-point opportunity for yellow. And now, by snatching this 9-point field, nice board vision by yellow, Yellow has put themselves in the lead at 3 points. Bad news for them. Blue gets the last remaining crossroad, which is also a connection piece, and yellow has to defend now. I sure hope they know this. Yeah. Why use the easy way if you can do it in a rather complicated fashion? In this case, it isn't a big difference, but it is a difference because there's still a cow left and the cow would kill. Yeah. Thanks, Sergey. Facepalm is the right expression. Oh man. And didn't you say, let me quote you again. Yellow doesn't like content moves? Yeah, my friend. I think yellow hurt you. Sure looks like they like their content moves just fine. Okay, back to the game. Blue snatched this road with 2 straights and not just snatched the road, but this field now is theirs. And I thought they just protected against another attack by yellow, but they overfarm or try to overfarm. This could be blocked. And let's count. So just 12 points, which yellow would gain if they'd successfully connect, and they do. So I don't know if this was necessary. Are there any other attacking options? Well, there were before this one was drawn. Now I think they are gone, so I'm not sure if this blue meeple really was necessary. In the end, HotlyHotly is at +12. Still has this move and 2 more, and yellow would need to be able to take over the field without blue's farmer connecting here and without blue scoring 4 points. The latter one is, well, more or less ensured, I guess. But the first one, well, how would you attack a closed field like this? There's just no way. The only option is this one, and everything over here is dead. So, HotlyHotly will then win this game as well. And I hope Alvis learns from their mistakes, because in general, why not? Just train a bit. Maybe think a few seconds more about some moves. I don't know, maybe even count more diligently. Not sure what the issue was with the missed city attack in the first game, for example. But I guess progress could be made, and then we might see Alvis around more often. For now, with the second place, I'm pretty sure they secured a qualification spot for they secured a spot in the Champions League qualification, while HotlyHotly gained the direct ticket to the group stage. But we could check. So first, congratulations, HotlyHotly. I guess this was well deserved. At least in my book, the better player won today. So let's hop to Carcassonne.gg. The association coefficients were updated after the weekend's ETCOC, and Taiwan is on 14th place, so they should have exactly one spot or one direct ticket to the group phase of the Champions League and one qualification spot, because the cutoff, if I remember correctly, would be after place 12. But we can check. Oh, there's already a list of players. Yeah, I know that there's a list actually. I didn't know it was populated already. So here we are. Associations ranked 5 to F. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's 2 qualification. No. Taiwan is in 14th place. So I was right. One direct ticket, one qualification ticket. So we might see Alvis in the Champions League qualification, and it would be, I think, Q1. No, yes, Q1. So I don't expect them to get a ticket to the group stage. I think this is a bit too early in their career, but maybe next year. So let's check the players page. And let's see if Sergey is up to speed, and he isn't. Works at a snail's pace, the man. It's really, really troublesome. So then that's more or less all. There's only one thing to check, and that would be... Oh, they are playing now. Well, then there's not just one thing to check. There's also to check whether Sakura Kim and Stephen Chang are still playing, and it looks like they just have finished their game. And shame, we missed a close one, and it could have been interesting. Well, congratulations to Sakura Kim as well, even though the third place doesn't get you a ticket to anything. At least it's a nice shiny bronze medal, and maybe next year there'll be a ticket for the Champions League up for grabs for them as well. I'd say they should have a chance. The same goes for Stephen Chang. And one thing I wanted to check as well. Yeah, the one name I'm missing here is Miss Penguin. If anyone knows why she didn't compete, please let me know, maybe even on a private channel. And if anyone knows her, say hi to her. I miss her. I would like to see her playing again and to feature her. So that's it for now. But that's not it for today, because there are the Hungarian Carcassonne Online Championship quarterfinals running later today at 17 UTC. So quite likely a tad too late for all Asian viewers. But maybe some night owls there might still catch it. This is F. Chaba versus Chilje. And later at 19 UTC, Siegfried versus Wierzeszke. I'm not sure. And no, it must be Wierzeszke. I think Wierzeszke should be right. And then looks like David 44 and Kisemo are playing more or less at the same time, because I'm pretty sure Siegfried will use his clock more or less completely. So I'm not sure if I will cover parts of the second duel here, but I'd sure like to try. And that's it then for today. And there's not much scheduled for the rest of week as of now. So a late Sunday European time, there will be a quite decisive game in the Czech Online Championship between Marty Party Oyer and Pussy 118. Marty won 7 of 7 matches so far, and his opponent 7 of 8. So the latter one definitely needs to win this match, and both are respectable masters. So this could mean fireworks. I'm at least hoping it will mean fireworks and maybe even content moves, but we'll see. So for now, that's it. Bye bye, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you on another stream. Bye.